and time and space now are disappearing. Do you have anything on your mind or your heart that you want to explore?
Well, ultimately, I would like to become the happiest, healthiest, most fun, and receiving money is a big deal in my life, and so those things, I would like more of those things in my life. So if you can help me do that, that'd be fantastic.
So is there anything that you have an inkling or a hunch that is your current hurdle to jump over to make that happen to a bigger degree?
All those things?
Yeah, all of them. It might be one hurdle that takes care of them all, or it might be several hurdles that takes care of one.
Okay, so yeah, I believe that if the one thing that sticks out to me is money. Mm-hmm. I imagine if I had unlimited amounts of money, that yes, I could do. If I really believed that I had unlimited, I could do a better job in all those things.
Okay. Yeah. So, where do you not, why do you not believe you have access to all the money in the world?
I guess that's a good question. So that I feel like immediately, I'm already well, maybe I do. So,
what's the difference between you and someone else? Let's just say, in case they have millions of dollars in their bank account.
Yeah.
What do you think the difference between them and you is?
Well, they have $1 million in their bank account.
But for the person that didn't have it at one point, what do you think caused them to make that shift?
I imagine when I have an idea, to really invest in that idea and not take any shortcuts.
Okay, so what's your strongest idea right now?
My strongest idea.
So the millions of dollars will be coming in your bank account because right now the way I see it is you have access to all the money in the world.
Yeah.
So if you want some of that money to be diverted from other accounts into your account, what is that? What's going to take to bridge that gap?
I don't know what's going to take exactly. Maybe this conversation. It could be a lot of things.
So I think one thing is you don't. I'm not sure if I've seen you behave like you have access to all the money in the world. I do think that you have gotten more along that vibration. We'll use that word, but I don't know if I've really bought into it. It still seems like saving money saving money seems to be more of importance to you than receiving large sums of it. So when is receiving large sums of money going to become more important to you than saving money?
That's a good question.
So that rather than treating your bank account like some sort of saving spot for money, more of a floodgate, treating it more like a river.
That's a good question.
I would say that who do you think, is there someone that comes into mind that you could borrow $100,000 from for a year?
Does someone come to mind?
Yeah.
A few people come to mind right off the bat.
You can say the names and we can bleep them out, but because I'm thinking if you just saw your bank account that had over $100,000 into it, that would be that would make the difference for you. I think, but I don't know if you're going to see that $100,000 until you stop treating your bank account like a black hole for money. If the money goes in there, I need to keep it in there. Versus I want to open all the floodgates so money can go through my account. Let's think about your account as something where money goes through. Okay. You can why not have a billionaire or a millionaire store $100,000 in your account for the year so that you can make them more money.
That's a good perspective. So I guess my question is, in order to see my account the way that you're suggesting I might want to see my account, how can I get there in a fun way?
All right, I think the way to do it is, especially during your breathing exercises,
Uh-huh.
when you're maybe in like not a normal brain state, but maybe more of like a hypnotic brain state or a mystical brain state, to really feel like you do, to really remember having that $100,000 in your bank account and like feel that in your body, and to remember maybe different ways that it came in, who did it come from, how did it come there, and to really to embody that feeling during that state of your peak of your highest vibration during the breathing exercises. You might as well like focus on that if that's what you think is going to be one of the quantum leaps for you. So, because I don't know if me or you deserve that money if we're not able to feel the gratitude for it first. Like if I wasn't ready, like if I wasn't able to feel how the gratitude I would have for having a baby with Deanna, and like knowing how good I would feel, like how like wow that fills my heart to think. Even to have another baby with Deanna fills my heart to think about. Like whoa. I feel so aligned with whenever that happens. Whenever that happens, I'm like, I'm ready for that. Are you ready to receive $1 million in your bank account? Do you know what that feels like? Are you ready to have that feeling? Like, yeah, that's right. Or are you like, oh my gosh, I got $1 million! Like, oh my gosh, it's like crazy. That's out of my smoke. I would never anticipated that. I think that's like people that have a lot of money know where to put it. And if someone's in a poverty mindset or in a mindset that there's a shortage of money, they probably don't want to give it to them. So I think it'll be easy. I think it's going to be much, in the past, it's probably much easier for you to receive money from people that don't have much money. Because that's how you behave. Now, I bet if you start behaving like you have all the money in the world, people that do have much more money than you currently in your bank accounts might start wanting to pay you money, or give you money, or lend you money, or invest in you, or invest in themselves through you, because like, oh, this guy's not afraid of abundance. This guy's not afraid. Like, because if let's say if I'm a billionaire and I judge you to be afraid of money, why would I hire you for like anything? Because I'm like, oh, well, if I'm gonna hire you as a personal trainer and I think you're afraid of money, I'm like, well, maybe he's afraid of tapping into his full potential with his personal training. Why would I want to hire him? Or maybe if I'm gonna hire you as a surf instructor and I think you're afraid of money, I'm like, well, he's probably afraid of surfing in some ways too. So I think that full embodiment and realizing that there's like not believing having a lot of money is evil. Even if you like, that's what I think it is. I think there's some kind of hang up that you might think it's wrong to have large sums of money, and if that means that you plan on giving at least 10% away, or 20% away, or 50% away, or 60% away, maybe you want to create a bunch of funnels where you don't hold on to the money, but it's like all going to good causes. Maybe that would put you in a state where you're ready to receive larger amounts of money. Because so I don't know if you would trust yourself with if someone gave you $500,000 or $1 million. It seems like you would maybe just go find a way to save it for the future. And I'm looking to get a return on my investment. You know what I'm saying?
It could be true.
Yeah, so I think when you really start embodying the playfulness of the game of money, rather than making it like a serious, scary thing to save, that'll be the day when those chains are lifted.
Now, is this a money back guarantee that you're offering me?
How much time do we have left? What else we got?
133.
133 left?
Yeah.
Wow. Well. Yeah, I would start considering that to find out who would want to invest in you and why would they want to invest in you. And I'm not talking about for an hourly rate or for a job. I'm talking about who would want to put large amounts of money in your bank account and why would they want to do that and what would their payoff be.
Okay.
And then feel grateful for that happening on the regular. Make it so like every time you do a breathing exercise, you just feel so rich. You remember yourself turning down money from people that they're not like, I don't want your money. Can you think about saying, no, I don't want your $100,000 because I don't trust where you got the $100,000 from? Like, you're ready to receive $1 million or $100,000, whatever the number is, from a person, from a trusted source, because you believe you're a good steward of money, so you're going to attract good stewards of money. It doesn't have to be sketchy. It doesn't have to be scary. And if it is sketchy or scary, I can see why someone with a lot of money might not want to give you any.
It's good.
You want to be a better steward of money than people that have a lot of money. So they're like, oh, I got Timothy money. I have all this money now. I got to give him some so I can feel good about what I'm doing with this money. Just as you might feel good about giving money to the church or whatever it might be, like, you want to be that church for someone else. Money talks.
Run, guan, guan, guan. Run, guan, guan, guan. Run, guan, guan, guan. Run, guan, guan, guan. Run, guan, guan, guan.